felt like you weren't creating anything in the first half.
We were not creating anything.
First half, yeah.
Okay.
Did you actually change anything, or was it just a case of going more direct?
I don't completely agree with you, but it's not that we had chance after chance. That's obvious. But I see a lot of football. When we went in here, I saw a game of football. Hardly concede a chance in from both ends in the first half. This is how the Premier League usually works. I think more in the second half becomes a bit more open, and there's more chance, more moments where you create chances. So we're not the exception to that. I think we had a few good moments in the first half where we were close to creating, or we did create. I can remember a cross where Curtis Jones was close to scoring it. I can remember a shot from Cody Gakpo deflected, and a one-on-one to the goalkeeper for Cody Gakpo. I would love to create more, but if you play with the amount of midfielders we play and with one attacker against 5-4-1 of Fulham in an away game, I don't know if you can expect then us creating chance after chance. But overall, I think we've created enough chances to win the game, and we did very well by limiting them to maybe 1.5 chance. But the end result is still 2, and that's what it's about in football.
With the changes you made to the team and the system since the really bad run when you felt like losing every game, you obviously maybe stopped a leak at the back, but the creativity is maybe gone. Do you agree with that? And how hard is it to find that balance between?
Do you think so? Do you think we created more when we were conceding more chances? I wonder if that's true. But like I said, I would love to create 5 times as much chances as we do now, and not concede a chance at all. But I do know in the period of time when we were playing maybe either with different players or more open, that I don't think we created that more chances, but we conceded much more. And unfortunately, we don't concede a lot at the moment in terms of chances, but goal-wise, maybe not a lot has changed. But like I said, I didn't change as a manager. I would love to play with 8 attackers, if that's possible, defensively as well. But if those 8 attackers don't defend enough, then it's hard to win a game of football. But we don't have 8 attackers, so that's not possible.
Did Ekatike travel, and virtually managing his minutes taking off, and that's the same for Fulham as well?
Yeah, yes and yes. So yes, he traveled because he felt something during the training session, so he went for an MRI scan, and we got the result when we were flying. So we were hoping that it was just a bit of DOMS. I think you call it DOMS in this country, which he also had. Why? Because we are. Alex has been out, and since Alex is out, he doesn't play 70 minutes or 60 minutes, or sometimes gets a bit of rest. He has to play 80 or 90 minutes every single game. For the first time in his life at Premier League level, for the first time in his life without a winter break, for the first time in his life at Champions League level. So not a surprise that he then gets a bit tired and gets DOMS. And we were hoping it would have only been DOMS, then we could have used him maybe as a sub. But unfortunately, we saw a little bit more, and then you cannot take a risk. Florian had the same last week when we put him in an MRI scan, and then it was only DOMS, so he didn't had anything. But he's also for the first time experiencing this program. And if I don't have that many players, I would like the ones that I do have available and play them as many minutes as possible, but realistically. And I think that's what I tried to do today.
You could argue that Fulham deserve something out the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's some story. He didn't remember the pitch 4.5 minutes. He hasn't scored in almost 3 years, and he hits one like that in the last minute against the reigning champions.
I think he'd only 1 touch before that as well, so he's probably coming on in the 91st, 92nd minute thinking, you know,
Thanks,
thanks for this. But yeah, that's it. I mean, you couldn't place it any better, could you? It's unsavable. What a strike. You see Van Dijk actually comes out, sails over his head. He's probably thinking it's gone over the bar, and it's just say you couldn't place it any better. And What an unbelievable goal.
It is. Listen.
Yeah, the unbeaten run continues for Fulham, now unbeaten in the last 5. They've won 3 of those, a couple of draws in a row in recent games. That's an excellent point at home to Liverpool, particularly in terms of the way they equalised very, very late on. Final word just on Liverpool quickly, Boyd. You look at defensively this season, 28 goals now they've conceded. They've conceded 2 or more goals in 10 of their 20 Premier League games. If you're going to mount a serious top 4 challenge, that has to improve, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think when you look at Liverpool, maybe at the start of the season, they recruited in the forward areas where, even the fullbacks were more attacking fullbacks when Frimpong came in, when Kerkez came in, but it's not really happened for them. I think Conor Bradley is an excellent young prospect, showed again today why he was picked there. Frimpong is more of an attacking player, but there's just something at Liverpool right now that they might have picked up recently. They've been unbeaten in a few games now, but they don't seem to be clicking. I know they're missing big players, but they weren't even clicking when they were there as well. It just seems a little bit lopsided. There's a lot of times that Kerkez was in down the left-hand side. His final ball wasn't good enough. I think he has. He's definitely not hit the heights that he did last season at Bournemouth, but it's a big step up. He's going to have to get used to the pressures and the demands of playing with a football club that has to win every game. But as I said, they're missing big players, Liverpool, but I don't think Arne Slot would be happy with that performance today. A draw was probably the fair result.
And based on that, based on what you've seen today, but also across the whole of the season as well, that game away to Arsenal midweek, can you make a case of them troubling the Gunners?
No, I don't think you can. I mean, even when you go back to the first game of the season, it took an unbelievable strike from Sloboslai from the free kick.
Yeah.
It was a great hit for them to win that game. It's Liverpool. They've got players that can cause you problems, but I cannot see any way of them stopping that Arsenal machine rolling on.
I guess mixed feelings, I imagine, after that slightly mad ending.
Yeah, 100%. I thought in the first half that we had the ball a lot, that we tried it and come off as much. At half time we spoke about that, that I've got to show more heart and all things like that. And that's what we went and done. We've came back with 2 goals, and then they go and score a goal like that. It's hard to take, but fair play to the lad who goes and takes the shot.
It's a point like New Year's Day, but I imagine in some ways it feels like a better point, doesn't it, than the 0-0 at home?
Yeah, I know. I mean, if you're giving away a lead, especially at a time like this when we need all our points, it's always hard. But as you said then, I definitely think that there's a better game all round than the Leeds game, 100%. But as I said, I just want to come away with all 3 points. That's what we'll always try, and especially like a team like this. It doesn't matter if we're playing against any team away. For the talent on the pitch, and all things like that. Yeah, I feel that we should go and win games like that.
Yeah. Obviously, that's a shuffle again in terms of who played where today. Did that affect where you played and the job you had to do today?
Yeah, 100%. I've been playing as an 8. Now I played more as a winger/10. But yeah, it's one of them, At the end of the day, I just want to go and play. I want to go and help the team. I've been used as a full-back. I've been used off the right. I've been used as a 10, 8, a 6 and 9. As long as I'm there and I can help the team, that's what I'll try and do. And yeah, as I always say, if I look left and right in the changing rooms, I always see the talent around. So a lad who's going to come in and play 8, he's never going to be a downgrade, anything like that. He's always, I'd never say that he's better than me, but he will always have a quality, but in a different way of what the team needs. But yeah, again, we made the change. We tried to bring all the lads in available, and it just weren't quite enough. But we'll go again.
Yeah, and it is 9 unbeaten to take to Arsenal later in the week, isn't it? Which is a big one.
Yeah, it's a big one, but all games are big, and I've said already, especially like now when we need all our points. But Arsenal's a huge game. They're on a great run. Obviously, the top of the league, and of course the first game that they played against us that we obviously won. So they'll be trying to get a revenge on us. So yeah, we're
over Aston Villa up to second spot. That is, of course, before that Manchester City results. The draw between the two Uniteds mean that Liverpool stay in fourth heading into today's game. That's where they will remain, no matter the outcome of the late kick-off this evening. Upwards movement as well for Brentford and Newcastle. And what about the bottom of the Premier League table? Wolves got their first win, as we say, but it is still quite a distance for them to get any hope of survival this season.
Headed to new pastures. We will head to that game shortly, but we'll wrap up what happened at Craven Cottage. Pulsating finish, but Harry Wilson had given Fulham the lead, feels like an age ago. Darren, were they worthy of their half-time lead?
Yeah, they were. They put some good passages of play together in that first half, and it was a really good run from Harry Wilson there. Good little touch there from Jimenez, and sort of fantastic finish. I mean, you can see it from this angle here. Hits it pure, hits it sweet into that far corner, and as I said, Fulham deserved that at that time.
What about Liverpool's response, Jamie, second half?
Yeah, better. It couldn't be any worse, really. The first half was so pedestrian. There was a little bit more intensity. A lot of that come from Conor Bradley. Listen, Wirtz again, he gets a goal. I think that's 2 in 3 games now.
But the big question is whether he's onside or not, Jamie.
He looks offside to me. I mean, listen, when it's really tight, but when you've got the lines here, it almost looks, you think the line of maybe going through the penalty spot. He definitely looks like he's further forward. I know sometimes the angles can sort of fool you at different times, you know, where the camera angle is. But the fact we've almost got the penalty spot to look at, I just can't believe that's being given us.
Match Centre say they're happy with their process. It might be to do with the thickness of the lines that they use to eliminate those ones that are off by millimetres, but that's what they're saying. I'm not sure what Fulham will make of that. We might find out a little bit later on. Having said that, Liverpool certainly make the most of that advantage, Jamie. And this is what they think is the winning goal, 90 plus 4.
They finally get a bit of width because obviously you bring Frimpong on. I said before the game, Gakpo, you know, when you think of his strength, it's just getting goals every 3 or 4 games. And you think he's gone on and got the winning goal.
But Harrison Reed has got other ideas. His second touch of the game, Darren, this is extraordinary.
What a strike. I mean, he can't hit it any purer again. I mean, it absolutely is in that top bracket. It doesn't go any... If you look at Alisson as well, he thinks he's not going to shoot from there. Look at his reaction. He's not even looking at it. All of a sudden, it's past him. I mean, what a strike that is. This is the best angle. Just watching it absolutely fly in there. And fair play to him to take a chance at that minute of the game. It's a fantastic strike.
If there was a top bin, that would be rattling straight into it, wouldn't it? Brilliant strike from Harrison Reed. His first goal in, 2.5 years?